Halito, halito, halito. What's happening, beloveds? What's up, Derek? How are you? How you doing, beloved? Just waiting on Matt to come through. Waiting on Matt. Do 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 do. Halito. What's happening? What is happening? What's good with y'all beauties? Hey, Dion. Hey, Tosh. Oh, they go to go, brother. What's happening? How y'all doing?
What's happening? We live?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's happening, good brother?
Oh man, just can't believe all the hate. So much hate.
My nigga. I just, huh. I don't, I can't say that I don't understand. Um, I guess if you ain't doing shit, and that's just the type of time they on, then that's, I guess to be expected or whatever. I don't, hot 20. I don't really expect much out of these people. Only my only expectations are for them to find their grandma and let's get it together. What's up, 427? Oshio, Joshua. Hey, Buck. What's up, beloved? Copper Empress Callie. So I mean that's really it. I've been very, very consistent with that. I would say, just straight
Yeah,
grandma all day, and no, I don't really care how anybody feels about it. Um, hey, Mr. Waltho. So apparently, when you keep it real, right, that's the problem. But when you faking fraudulent and shit, that's all accepted. I'm having a hard time with that. So last night, I'll just get a little screenshot. These little fat birdies over there, the angry birds over at I don't know what's this nigga's channel. What's his name? Aboriginal Power. Over there talking about, oh, now I see why she hates men. There is not any of these dudes that I know around, like any official dudes that will like even vouch for that. Well, how do you feel about that, Mac? You know me for what, about 5 years now almost?
yeah. Well, I don't understand how these are men coming after you. These are he's the same nigga who, like I said, I still got the messages. Talking about I'm about to go at her, or when I was on the phone call with him, I'm about to pull up on her and whoop de whoop. And these niggas is in the background in the back chat begging other men for money. Let me repeat that. These are men begging other men for money.
Mm.
Not like it's not like, oh no, yo bro, let me get a dollar. Let me get a hottie real quick. It's a let me get $60. Let me get 60 to $100. That's something that a woman would do and ask her man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Not another
Mm-hmm.
man ask another man that he ain't been knowing all his lifetime or haven't even been knowing for 5 or 10 years. This dude just asking, he's asking another man for money. So that's already strike one. That's bitch nigga shit. That's bitch nigga shit. And then for these women that keep coming at you, where did they come from?
I don't know. They in there talking about I'm the angry woman and they got a lot going on right now. They're really mad at me. Like I don't really know. It's not really my problem. It's kind of their problem, but they are hella mad. Whole cheerleading squad full of angry birds. And let me tell you, so there's this lady. So I did a show, I think back in 2017 or back in 2018, for a brother named Corey Rashawn. So this girl, Lainey, I finally figured out what the hell she was talking about, right? Got to get my in-child private eye on. And she's screaming. I got several screenshots of her talking about some damn $10 for a webinar. So in my mind, first thing I think is this Buster Tomahawk. So I'm like, okay, that would have been something that he set up because that would not have been one of the functions that I have. I'll just show up to the call and that would kind of be that,
Yeah.
But definitely not setting up any conference call for any $10, anything like that. So she wasn't really specific, but it was $10. And then she keeps saying that it was a scam. So I don't know which day video it is. They do videos that overlap into the next day and stuff like that. So it's kind of hard to keep up. But anyway, she's saying that I scammed her out of some money. It's $10 fucking dollars, first of all. So I had to figure out what was it, because at that point I was like traveling a lot and wasn't really on the East Coast too much. So I was trying to figure out what the hell was she talking about. So this is an event Claire Rashawn did back in September in Harlem. Like I said, I think it was 2018. Actually, Tasha, you were supposed to be there too. So I don't know if it was 2018 or 2017. I believe it was 2018. And the webinar, there was a link that you were supposed to click for the people that weren't there to be able to view it. And there's a whole flyer, had my face on it, Tasha on it, and Gabe, and also the event promoter, the website, his phone number, the contact number, the standard things that are on a flyer. She never contacted any of them, right? This is 2018, and she's talking about $10 for a show that I was paid to be at.
Well, look at it like this.
This is the slander campaign that she's running. So now she's in there bitching about $10. Like, miss, drop your PayPal so we can handle that. You like, and I'll get it back from the promoter. It's like $10 fucking dollars, right? So, and especially when you didn't follow the protocol to get what you're supposed to get, right? Because if you wanted the refund, it didn't work, you should follow up with where you bought the link from, because it had all of the information on it and the person that threw the event. Okay, so that's that. Then I heard that they were talking about, me being upset with HEMOC for the $75 for the identification. And still the thought that at that time that the United Nations was going to be something that was useful, right? This is a little earlier in my studies, before I realized that shit don't have anything to do with us. So anyway, that's what that was about. It was with the shit that they've been doing for the $1,200 tribes and stuff like that. Ferdinand even solicited my cousin Davita. And she had mentioned, and it was like they would even take installments, but it was $1,200. And they do all this tribal trust and all of this, so on, all these fantastic services and stuff. And they don't seem to be really working for him very well. But these are the types of things that, you would, impose upon other people, right? So I did want to say that, and I do have we already showed the receipts. It's really kind of no reason to go back into last year's spaghetti. This has been happening since January of 2019. So good thing I have a public page, and people could go over their catalog and see me calling them out one by one. The same niggas I'm talking about now is the same old sandwiches I was talking about then, with the exception of the ones that played it out to the longest, right? Yeah. So I just want to hit on a couple of points and recap some things. So then there's the next situation where you have Ron Skyhand, Tanya Paris, and whoever else. So they concoct this elaborate scheme, right? And they send Corianne Bell with a message, and she types a message, hey, can you tell Phoenix that she was right about Skyhand, blah, 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 blah. He did this, that, and the third. So I get the message. When I get the message, I don't respond right away. I sit with it for a little while, and then I had to ask her if she was okay. Like, what's going on? You wanted to speak to me? Are you okay? I'm asking basic questions because it must be something that you're reaching out to me because you turned on me for whatever reason she did. And I'm okay with that because that's where her loyalty was to him. He didn't do to her what he did to me, as far as I know. Yeah. So that was that. I just unfriended her. I didn't block her or anything like that. Kicked her out of the groups and stuff. No need for you to share any information to those bozos. They pretty much know it all. So that was that. And so she gives me this soliloquy. I don't ask a whole bunch of questions. Are you all right? Real basic. And she started spilling this. I'm not saying, well, what happened and what then this. And I was just like making my little commentary as she's giving me these spiel. She's dropping screenshots. And where did the screenshots come from? I just did Tanya Paris. It has Tanya Paris and her dialoguing and stuff, and they're talking shit about Skyhand, and this whole like alluding to this sister wives thing and how he was trying to talk to all of them, and she had offered him $500 on the muscle. None of this shit that I asked her for. She dropped all of this. So then he gets on this fucking channel and says that, oh, we set you up to see if what, bitch? If this woman, if women are in danger, now she names that he could be a pedophile. He could be these things. Why wouldn't I report that?
Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't I report
Mm-hmm.
that? Oh, it was good for Swift Wolf to talk about him being a pedophile. Why wouldn't it be good for that? So now we should keep them type of secrets from the community. Is that what they're trying to say? At the same time, where they were trying to smudge Crew Cut, right? And in addition to that, the motherfuckers tried to smudge me for not telling somebody else's personal business. That woman ain't no goddamn child. She wasn't no child 10 years ago. She ain't no child now. That ain't none of my business to be telling none of y'all strange niggas anybody else's business that I'm close to.
Well, look at it like this. Look at it like this. You, Tasha, and Crew Cut are moving, and whoever else is a part of this is moving together. Y'all got this shit going. Y'all got the ball going. Before anybody knew about what you guys were doing, nobody was really saying shit. I mean, we know they wasn't doing shit. All these people that got something to say now, they wasn't doing shit. So they trying to sabotage what y'all got going on. They don't want to see y'all win, but it's going to happen anyway. Whether you want to see Phoenix, Tasha, and Crew Cut win or not, it's going to happen anyway. They know where to go. These people are actively involved in teaching people and helping people. They're not getting their cups out. Spare change, spare change. These people are not doing that. And for all these bald head ass old refrigerator body ass bitches that got something to say now, where was you at? Where you bitches been?
They've been talking about Moon for a long time. A long time.
You know, but they mad because you know what? You still got that shape. You know, you still got niggas in your inbox trying to, send they whoop wops to you. You know what I'm saying? You got niggas trying to get at you on the streets. You know, you still look younger than what you are. You still look young, and they over there, no edges.
Yeah.
They look like Hulk Hogan over there. They balding. They look like an oven. You know, so you got to understand that you have a lot of things that these other women don't have.
I appreciate that.
That's just what it is. We got to say what it is because it's not like they know what you know. If they knew what you knew, they would have been put the information out. Actually, if it wasn't for us and Kerry Davis and everybody else who was involved in the early years, going back to Google Plus it was Google Plus and all the other shit. Like a lot of people got a lot of their information from us. A lot of these niggas that's barely relevant now, they got their shit from us. They wasn't talking about genealogy, but then again, how can these niggas talk about genealogy but at the same time say fuck genealogy? So you know that shit is fake right there. You got what's her name? Betty, Petty, whatever her name is. These niggas got her on their show and she talk about genealogy, but at the same time, they telling people fuck genealogy. That's how you know shit ain't solid.
First of all, Betty is a Baptist minister. The Kitawa is a religious organization. It is not an Indian tribe. Betty does have land, but she's pretty shiesty host. There's some, and I'm gonna have a beloved guest on the show soon. But she's gonna go on a No Grandma Killers. This particular show, just so that we can touch on the experiences that her and her family experienced going down there with Betty. Everybody's had a turn with Betty. She's like a doorknob. Everybody's had a turn. Betty had asked me to come down there. And this is probably maybe 7-8 months into my retirement or something like that. Maybe it was 2016. And we were talking, actually, I knew Windwalker. Windwalker would always advocate for Betty, Chief Betty, blah, 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 and then Betty, when I finally spoke to her, went from, oh, I got 60 acres and I need help. Oh, I got this and I need help, and I got this and I need help. Well, I watched Betty's page and I seen all of these Moors attacking him. I seen conversations with her and Hemok. Oh, I got the screenshot somewhere. It's gonna be in my old phone, and I'm probably gonna have to post them to Facebook. But I got screenshots of so many people acting like they don't know who Hemok is. And hey, Moon got the motherfucking screenshots that prove everybody knew who he was. Now, the interesting thing about knowing that everybody knew who Hemok was that there was a certain time period where you should have been wanking mad at this point. So within, 2015, most of the middle of 2015, or the beginning of 2016 was fine. The so-called deadline for the identification and them notifying you of the date for the placement at the United Nations. And really, those were my only expectations. But it doesn't matter if I gave him $1 or if I gave him $5,000. That's still my motherfucking money that would go to me and mine. So please don't minimize. It's only a punk $75, right? That is shortbread. But when it comes to grandma, I will slit your throat and think nothing of it. That was grandma money, right? Yeah. That wasn't no punk. I bought a bullshit something and it ain't really worth nothing. I ain't really care about the $75. That was the grandma 75. That was a heritage 75.
It was about heritage, but these niggas, right. they selling false freedom.
Right.
They know a lot of people are in desperate situations. A lot of people want to get out of their situations. They want to get out of feeling suppressed, and they get people emotional and in their feelings. And this is how they sucker y'all in.
That's right. Yeah. And then at this point, now where the deadline was in August, I wasn't really too upset until November. By November 16th, everybody that had given that man money during that particular wave, because this man has been doing these different types of activities since like 2005. So I'm talking about from this 2015 to maybe the first quarter of 2017. That's how long this particular wave was, where he was in various different places doing the Monkey Hustle Shakedown. So now by November, I was completely pissed. October, I was mad. November, I was irate, calling all the time. And then out comes this video. I get a wind of this video. Hey, is this the guy you was looking for? Is this the guy you were talking about? Blah, 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 blah. Because now the numbers are disconnected that they had, and they were Rhode Island phone numbers. Now those numbers are disconnected. I can't get in touch with this guy, Hemok. There was probably a 646 number too. I remember vaguely because certain people would answer the phone at this time. One time, Kalinago even answered the fucking phone. Okay, and this might have been in the September, or shortly thereafter. Okay, so that's that. So now by November, everybody should be hopping fucking mad, and certainly by January, now is some people going out that should be looking for this nigga. Just because there are people that had, like I had people from my job. This one had 4 kids. This one had 5 kids. So they were buying IDs for everybody, including their parents, etc. So the $75 for me was just a test tube, because I didn't think about getting it for my children or anything. I needed to see what its usefulness was, what its purpose was. I was still a student. I'm still a student now.
Mm-hmm.
So then it was the wild goose chase, and then out comes the videos talking shit about him, and then here everybody knows that he's fraudulent at this point. Then I see all this. I start backtracking, and I see all of this Moorish stuff, and I was just like, oh, this guy, this is chill right here. So okay, so that's that. Now everybody's familiar. Now here come a lot of these new people, and if you look back during this entire tenure. First it went from, yay, this guy knows what he's talking about. Now, what he knew, what was pertinent to me, a part of this dude's spiel that ended up roping every fucking body, which did, whether it pertained to them or not, was the fact that in Virginia at this particular time, this is before the Thomasina E. Jordan tribes were federally recognized. And all these Native Americans and everybody that we were fighting from, and shout out to Michael Jones, rest in peace, sleep in power, rise with the ancestors, Michael Jones. Right, we're out here, the American Indian communities. Michael Jones passed away. I definitely want to shout him out. He had the group North America. I can't think of the rest of it, but I'm gonna post a screenshot in memorial for Michael Jones. He had this group out, and it was a good transition because at this time we were still in African Americans ain't African. and Dr. John Henrik Clark book group. We were still in different various so-called black.
Mm-hmm.
We were promoting American Aboriginal stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
so just to kind of get the word out, because everybody was in African Americans and African, we had all the same information. We went out on missionaries and kind of put it out everywhere else, and we started looking for people to hone our skills with after being attacked, especially anywhere. The safest place for the American Indian at that time was, in fact, African Americans and African, were the Indians that look like us. Because
Yep.
where else you go in any other group and it's like y'all don't know what y'all talking about. Everybody's African. Shut the fuck up. Blah blah blah. Self-hate. Kind of the same things that the new people go through now. And you really can't have thin skin because at the point when you were still black, African, Nubian, all this other hotep and shit, nobody gave you any fucking problems. But you start telling a motherfucker that you're Indian, and everybody give you the side eye. Only the skin folk do it. Everybody else is happy
Yep.
that. Everyone else is happy that you know. So like I said, nobody has any right or reason to tell me how long I get to be mad at some shit, right? How dare these niggas, right? Now, again, back to like the criticism from the peanut gallery. These bum ass bitches, when they tell me that they went and got their son, their daughter, their man, their husband out the motherfucking grasp of the goddamn oppressor, because I'm safe from everybody else, and for the most part, I'd be safe from the oppressor too. But when they go fucking with mine, I got this funny fucking feeling in my gut where I'm ready to go ape shit to go get them. So I know that makes me a little different than other people in that regard, but I don't make any fucking apology for me. They kidnapped my son. I spent $100 grand, and them niggas told us, we know you didn't do it. You had time to get new friends. That shit resonated with me, and this is what created the moon monster now that y'all bitches hate. I don't have no motherfucking regrets, and I make no apologies for it. You
And
better
you
get.
shouldn't have to.
I've been giving it up for free. You better get some. You better get some. You can get it from me. Get it from somebody that got it good. And we rolling with the people that got it good. All that smear campaign shit from y'all little hating ass motherfuckers. Man, listen. Y'all gonna be doing that shit till the cows come home. And you wanna know what? We gonna be working. Because that's what we've been doing. We've been working through deaths. We've been working through ups, downs, good, bad, and indifferent times. We're up when you're sleeping. We up. We're up, and we're going up. We elevating in thought. We're elevating in movements. We're elevating in coordination. We're elevating in ideas. We're elevating in execution. We're elevating in action. Everybody else is welcome to it. These motherfucking foreigners been profiting in the land of opportunity for a long goddamn time. Well, we are already home.
Yeah. And another
just as good as every fucking body else. Don't be mad, because one thing my grandfather always said: when opportunity meets prepared, when preparedness meets opportunity, you bound to take off. That was some solid advice.
Well, let me ask you this: how do you feel about? Because I guess their new saying is, I guess, if they have more subscribers than you, then you can't say nothing if they got more subscribers than you. How do you feel about that? Do you think that this is about subscribers, or do you think this is about helping the people?
It's about helping the people. It's about the solid content, right? Because we know a lot of people been jacking our shit since African Americans ain't African. They've been jacking our shit and being able to upgrade their shit off of the strength of some of the things that they've learned from us, without which they don't give us the credit for. I definitely disagree with people thinking that just because you have 1 million subscribers, especially when some people buy subscribers, right? So it's kind of like,
say that again. I'm sorry for cutting you off. Say that again. Say that again.
Some people purchase subscribers. They buy them.
Oh, okay.
And you can tell certain ways. You see that they only have 20 comments, but they got 900,000 fucking followers or subscribers. That doesn't make sense. And you see them with a video that has 700,000 views and the shit's only got 23 comments. Yeah, just certain things don't jive. But again, it doesn't matter. The content's here. This is a digital library of what Phoenix does, of what Phoenix is about. This is my platform. And there's a certain things that I will always do, such with a style. And it may be just my own. And it doesn't have to please the unpleasable, insatiable, bitter bitches that they accuse me of being. Because I'm going to be always able to make sure I get my point across, and then still be able to have teaching moments for myself and teaching moments for other people. That's what it's about. I don't know what all these other people is about. Ain't nobody in this shit to get rich. They fucking with the niggas over there to get rich. 1.8 million motherfucking dollars is sure that goddamn pocket.
Well, the reason why I asked you that is so people can know and use common sense that when these people get this saying, "Oh, I got more views, I got more subscribers, and this is entertainment for them." This is entertainment versus we're telling you and we're showing you, hey, this is what we're doing in our real life. You know,
Right.
like we could drop videos on here and then show y'all what we're doing in real life. Just like, for example, with you, Tasha, and Crew Cut. Y'all working off of YouTube, and then y'all come back, drop some videos, drop some shit, promote your shit, but then y'all offline, y'all working. They're not doing that. They're going to everybody else's videos. Okay, so where did Johnny Aboriginal get this from? Let me take his shit. Because, if y'all go to these people videos, go to their older videos, or when these niggas first started off, they got pictures from Johnny Aboriginal, whether his name is on there or not. Because, from Sci-Fi. Who else? Who else? 1,000 Go Ahead.
1,000 Go Ahead. Yep.
So if it wasn't for these people, for us, these people wouldn't be around at all. And they can't tell you where they got the shit from. Oh yeah, Tyrone. Shout out to my nigga Tyrone Street.
Facts of life.
Shout out to him. Yeah, shout out to him too. Another general. They clowns, y'all. They clowns. So I mean, all we can do at this point, whenever they tell y'all, fuck your tribe, who cares about genealogy? Fuck genealogy. When they tell you that, we're gonna tell you the importance of it. We're gonna tell you why you should do genealogy, why you should tie back to your family. Because tying back to your family means you're tying back to this land. Right. And for a lot of those niggas, they can't tie back to this land. So they're trying to discourage you, distract you, and they don't want you to tie back to this land. They want you the same boat as them.
Yeah.
Nothing muffins. Is that how you say it? That's how you say it, right? Nothing muttons. I'm sorry. Nothing. Wait, say it again.
Nothing muffins.
There we go. She gonna say it for me. She corrected.
Nothing muffin.
Yeah, they ain't shit. They ain't shit. That's why I laugh.
Yeah, I like I said, I don't really got no. I do got issues with people. I'm not going to act like I don't have issues with people. I'm pretty fucking consistent. I do have issues with people, and I make them very clear, and I make it very clear to who I have the issues with, right? And it comes and it goes, and then I move on. But if you keep going backwards, now this is where the new people are thinking that they're going to keep making me go backwards when all you got to do is go in the crates. Y'all watching anyway. Go dig in the goddamn crates and go do your homework. You need a homework assignment. You don't need no statement from Moon. Moon already made a statement, and I called out all the people that you are now questioning, think you're going to question me about, right? So I'm not really going to get into all of that. It's been laid out carefully laid out. And you got to watch it because I give 1,001 examples and receipts and shit that make them not have nothing to say when Moon got something to say. Moments.
No, I'm sorry because I'm reading the chat.
No, that's okay. That's okay. So I mean, at the end of the day, and then when these niggas become so street that they don't know that you can't have no feds come check you without no goddamn indictment. Y'all so-called street niggas let this nigga Skyhand get up there and talk all this fancy shit. This nigga Tomahawk Tony sat his ass up there, half facial disguise ass nigga, sat his ass up there and act like there may be some way that I called the fucking feds on Ferdinand about a fucking police officer that they posted on their goddamn page. What could I do to call the feds that cop that's got a fucking lien against his insurance bond got to do with me? What could I possibly do? Let's see. Everybody close their eyes and put their hands on your temples right now. Put both of your index fingers and your middle fingers on your temples on both sides right now. Close your eyes really hard and see who's stealing the candy bar off of Fifth Avenue in fucking Midtown Manhattan right now. Let me know.
That's sad. And then I wish we could play that video too. I want us to play that video of Tony talking to his enemies about us, about
Man,
Crew Cut.
man.
Tony saying how he infiltrated African Americans ain't African. Shout out
Yes,
to
he
Kerry
did.
Davis.
That's right. That's right. He
Tomahawk Tony. I want this shit to sit on you niggas' mind. Tomahawk Tony said he infiltrated African Americans ain't African.
Yes, he
So
did.
his whole thing was to tear it down from the beginning.
Right. And then here I came, and he's been saying this for years to various people, like he made me. If there was because I got into it when I first got in there, I got into an argument with one of the particular admins, and I guess he was about to kick me out the group. And if he wouldn't have stopped him from kicking me out the group, there would be no moon. That type of shit. When I came in, still with the Israelite name Hadassah, knowing how Indian I was. Right.
But this nigga act like he made you. He act like he made everybody else. How can you talk about making somebody, nigga, when you gotta copy people work? That's why you wanted Johnny Book. You want to copy his shit. You a copy and paste nigga, just like all these other niggas. Copy and paste niggas, and then had the nerve to have a more on Kerry Davis show. I know Kerry Davis wasn't cool with that shit. But Kerry Davis, you know, like I said, shout out. That's my nigga. That's Kerry Davis. That's my LA nigga. He trusted Tony, and he shouldn't have trusted him, but he gave him a chance. And Tony's whole purpose was to tear Kerry Davis down, tear him down. And so now y'all see for yourself.
And look, he definitely carefully executed that, and he left some things behind. In addition to that, especially when you try to be, I don't even know what the word is I want to say, when you try to be you try to be supportive of somebody, right? That seems to be very supportive and shit, but really it's kind of always usually an imposition. So I'm going to document these things too, because this is like the third snake that I had around me in the indigenous community. So what I'm going to do, I ain't going to do it every day, but what I'm going to do is make sure, don't come in here disrespecting King Ra. I'm going to ask you to leave and go back over there where they had
well, you know what? Hold on, y'all. Hold on, Phoenix. I don't care what the nigga say about me, because he over here. You know, nigga, if you against Indians, if you against Mac, if you against whatever, why you up over here? Nigga, you dick riding me, nigga. I'm not following you, you bitch ass niggas. That's just like when we was on Ab TV live not too long ago. Ab TV was telling me how I was the talk. Now here it is. I ain't even made no videos. I gave a homie Topcast a chance to put his videos on my shit. I ain't gotta make no motherfucking videos, and because I'm that powerful to you bitch ass niggas. I'm that important to you bitch ass niggas. So let the bitch nigga stay here. Nigga, learn something, punk.
So
broke ass nigga.
So yeah, so it's just been so much stuff. It's been a hell of a ride. But one thing I am really I am very, very I think I probably should say that my intuition, my twin is a very good judge of character, and my sister is very, very helpful in a lot of my decision making overall. And there was always some sort of disconnect, and I couldn't understand. Well, recently there was an issue where my father had got a wind of a video that was done, and it was done probably early in my platform, maybe 2017, 2018, 16, something like that. I'm not sure. But it's and it's a 5-hour video, and I don't remember. I think you may have been on it. And this was we were having a great build. It was Chief Holiday's ass was on there, because this is where Tomahawk was talking cash money shit about Dan Calloway. And that was a usual thing. When that happened in November after the book was put out, Dan Calloway actually had mentioned him, and then that's where you guys have fell out, right? And he was recording everybody. That's where you guys have fell out. And he just wanted to take shots at you, wanted to take shots at Johnny, and definitely he's been stockpiling stuff against Dane for just like fucking years. So now I'm trying to figure out, they calling all these people agents and shit like that, but then these motherfuckers have this nigga on his platform that was absolutely, he's a double agent, because we thought that nothing, of course, to your side, whether he fucked with any of us or not. And there's some reasons, and I don't always get into the habit. And this is another thing, right? Because they have the impression that they try to make me look like such a blabbermouth, but people don't even know why. There's several fucking people that I don't speak to this fucking day, and you don't know, I don't speak to them, and you don't know why. And Tomahawk was one of those people that you didn't know why I did not speak to him no more. I barely said his name, especially if I didn't have to. Right? Now, there's some people here that need to know this, because we already talked about predators before, and how we had some serious suspect people in the Aboriginal community before, back in 2016, 2017, early 2018. So y'all know what I'm talking about. And you have these sociopaths, you have these narcissists, you have these people with these different types of egos, personalities, and ids, and they're all narcissistic. Okay, at the point where you can have one conversation publicly on a podcast or on a broadcast, where you profess this love for American Indian women and children and families, and wellness and stuff like that, in agreement with some of the things that maybe other guests on the panel may feel, or typically express. It's kind of like a chameleon, because we know, in fact, that is the exact opposite of what it is that this brother is going to be like, right? And we learned this through the relationships that we've seen him have, and that has been slim and none. Keep in mind, he showed a little bit of portion of his face on Aboriginal Power. I think it was Aboriginal Power or Aboriginal TV, one of them. And if you think about it in hindsight, look at how many Indians got next to that man and didn't even see his face. See, there's a few of us, we do know what he looked like. He's actually came to my house. Him, his first girlfriend that I know him to have, and his friend came to my home in California. And this is after we had the big blowout on Facebook and stuff like that. He lived in Los Angeles. They had we set up a date we talked on the phone, and we talked on online for a little while, and then we talked on the phone, and we were discussing different information. I knew my shit, and he knew some shit, and it was for to build and see if
no. You knew your shit. He was repeating shit he got from other people. I'm sorry, I had to correct that. You knew your shit, and he was repeating things that he got from other people, including myself. I'm sorry for cutting you off.
No, that's okay. Mm-hmm. And then it wasn't really long after that I got invited to be on the Buck had the radio station, African American Radio. And I think I was probably taking a couple of guest spots for one of the other sisters, With the Sky, which was the Monday night. And it was at this time, I think I probably did maybe 3 or 4 Monday nights as Hadassah. After that, this is the birth of Phoenix Moon. And I've already gotten into that story and how I got to that transition and that name. That everybody hates. Tastes like ass when these niggas speak it. Oh my God. So, and then at this point, I did the radio shows, and Buck loved it. I think at the first maybe 2 shows I did with him, and I kind of got the feel for it. And Buck said, "I think you're ready. You should probably do your own show. You can hold your own. You got 2 hours. Get your material together. Blah 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 blah." And I did it, and I was really excited. I had a podcast, a blog talk, but I didn't really, I wasn't active on it too much. Prior to that, so I was familiar with like the software and how you work it from the phone or from the computer, but to actually go through a complete broadcast, I had been able to do that professionally through African Americans and African Radio. So then I get the introduction to Bernie Choctaw, and we kind of book off, and did the Thelma and Louise with and it was just Siri as well. Just Siri, Bernie, and I, we had conversations with talking heads, and we was kicking ass. We was kicking ass. Every day Bernie and I would spend countless, hours on the phone, exchanging stuff and discussing different topics and things like that. And we'd get on the radio and we'd go ham. And then it kind of just took off from that. A lot of subscribers that I have are people that knew me from Blog Talk Radio. I believe that, like Rosalind Cross, I probably got 400 or 500 subscribers from her promoting my stuff that she would find from, Blog Talk Radio. When I finally created the YouTube channel, Michael Hampton and Safa did a video. They used clips of my video, and the video that Safa did went viral. Michael Hampton asked me if he can use a clip, and the clip that he used went viral. So it was kind of like, okay, you need to create the the YouTube page, and that's kind of how I got kicked off of Facebook, because I was doing really good on Facebook too. I got kicked off of Facebook, and at that point, that was like when I created the YouTube channel. So when I came to the YouTube channel, it didn't take any time for me to get any subscribers, because I had people transitioning over from Facebook and people transitioning over from Blog Talk Radio that were following me for the content. And then I did the first video on YouTube, Why the Native Americans So Angry, and that shit kind of just went over the top. That was more like the first video that I did, but it was like a battle video, because if you notice, that video is probably like maybe, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 years old, and people still comment on it like it's brand fucking new, and that's what starts their I Hate Moon campaign. It's usually the prerequisite for the I Hate Moon campaign. If they see that video, they already establish an opinion and think that they know me, and they essentially place this uneducated boom shika chicken head that doesn't know how to really do too much, right? And it's just full of anger and full of all these things. But at the same time, we all have problems, but do we all have solutions? And that's the type of person that I've been. I've always been a person with solutions. And these are some of the things that the people that in real life can vouch for. And that's that. Like I said, I don't really want to spend a lot of negative time even speaking about Tomahawk Tony. I kind of expected it. It's kind of typical behavior. I'm just going to say this, dude. Nobody betrayed you. You kind of betrayed yourself. And there were often times that we tried to save you from yourself. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
You got some situations out here, homeboy, that I really hope that you clear up. This is nothing that I haven't said to you yourself. But maybe it's something that need to be said in front of everybody else, since you like to have your little tantrums and go on over with the fuckboy enemy team. You like to cross the gun line, enemy lines and shit, just because you are in your fuckboy feelings. Because that was some fuckboy shit. There was nothing mature about that. The reason why we have not contracted or been able to establish that is because of your need for totalitarianism, right? You feel the need that you are the one that's going to hold the nightstick, even though you try to make it appear that the spotlight's on me. Because you still want to be noticed, but yet you say you want to be in the background, but you still want to be noticed. And when you notice, you're usually inebriated and pretty fucking drunk, and it doesn't really come out the way it's supposed to come out, right? So kudos to you, because there's plenty of times I've actually been fucking embarrassed, and I haven't shown you any type of embarrassment. I've shown you unconditional love, and I probably should have not been your friend after the first fiasco, which I don't think we're gonna get into right now, because it's just really, I'm having a good fucking time, and I don't want to go back into that shit. And you know what that shit is, but you know what that shit is, and there's a few of us that do know what that shit is. So,
but you know what? I want everybody to go listen to that video where Tony is on their video. I want y'all to listen to him. They listen to the. They set him up.
They set him right up, and then they whipped his ass. And then they whipped his ass too short to shit. Do you understand what I'm saying? The stammering alcoholism, and I'm gonna tell you the truth. I found Ferdinand, what he was saying, to be more authentic and real than anything that came out of Tomahawk's mouth. Right? Definitely can appreciate the way he addressed that nigga for talking to his wife the way he did. But this is my thing with that particular situation, right? Not that Ferdinand addressed Tomahawk for speaking disrespectfully to his wife. The fact that all of these conversations, that video, that viral video that he did, and all those conversations where you were being called all these names, I was out of the fucking country. Y'all forget I was already blocked, and y'all made sure y'all didn't do nothing until Moon was blocked. Let's keep that real, because every single video that I did when I was calling y'all out on y'all duplicitous behavior, I tagged you guys, I called your names, I tagged your friends, I let them know. Tell them, come on, sit down and have a conversation with Moon in front of everybody that they've been lying in the inboxes about. Let's sit out here in front of the public square and do what we got to do, get it shaking. And it never happened. Never happened. I think they the reason why Facebook took that invite to your live button away. Because them niggas, as many times as I called them out, they ain't hardly never came.
And I want to say this. If you feel, Tony, if you feel that you made everybody, then how come you got grounded and pounded on somebody else's live, but when we are on these other people's lives, they have none, they bow down and we whoop their ass. So I just don't understand. How can you say that you made us, which you did not? How can you say you made us when you over there getting grounded and pounded by people, and you can't even see people setting you up? But here it is. When I go on people's channel, when Phoenix go on people's channel, when anybody else go on people's channel, they don't get grounded and pounded. They don't get beat up and embarrassed. We don't get that type of treatment. If anything, these niggas get in their feelings and resort to name calling. Well, fuck you, Mac. Your mom's a bitch. Or, fuck you, Phoenix. We get that type of shit. You, on the other hand, I mean, I expected more from you. Although you ain't got that much to offer, I expected so much more from you. But
yeah, I did too. Like I said, man, I could, and then there's some, like I said, there's some underlying shit, and it's really fucking fucked up, and it just goes on and on and on, and it's like 10 miles of just fucking pothole, bumpy road and shit like that. But at the end of the day, we all gonna be fine. Everybody was fine. Because the minute you start moving away from people, boom, shit gets done. You understand what I'm saying? So throughout the tenure, I do appreciate what he's done. I do believe he had my best interest. I don't know. I can't really speak for everybody else, but I do believe that he actually had my best interest at heart, right? In whatever strange affinity way that may be, because it does get strange at times. But I just, I just want the brother to just go on about his business and get his life together. I really just want that. He's got some things that he's got to make right, and it's really not for me to discuss until that other person comes through. And if they don't come through, then they don't. And if they do, I'll make sure that they're safe to have any conversation that they'd like to have, because they have a right to air out their shit too, right? And that's in all fairness, that's keeping it real. And it's because you have placed me in this position with this particular individual, and it happens to be okay, but it's not something. See, my friendship doesn't. It's not the clingy kind. It's not the kind that you ain't gonna be able to go to the bathroom without me, or any of that. Or I gotta hold on to you so you can't go nowhere. You can't do nothing. If you're with me all day, you ain't getting no laundry done. I'm never gonna be like that. I'm telling you, I'm never gonna be like that. My children, we got to get up. We get to it. You got to get to it.
Yeah. And that's why Phoenix, myself, a few other people for a very long time been telling y'all we can make moves in our respective areas. We can make a change in our respective areas. That's the mission. The mission is not to be on here forever. That's not the mission. The mission is to set up businesses, to get involved politically, to change things. Because I know y'all got to be tired of y'all kids going to school and hearing that slave story, right? So we're trying to reach out to the teachers, the Indians that's teachers, the Indians that know who they are, the teachers that know who they are. We trying to reach out to them. Hell, I mean, we got to reach out to some police officers or just whoever. It's time to change.
That's right. And what we're gonna do, Halito Slimbo, what we're gonna do is start showing up at these places. And I'm gonna test these motherfuckers gangsters. And all these people, what they're gonna do, they're gonna try and copy my ideas, but you heard it here first, because y'all niggas don't think like that. You can't walk and chew bubble gum if you over there doing 10 and 12 and 13 hours being negative, talking about somebody being negative, right? So now we're gonna start having buses full of people. We're gonna start doing crowdfunding. We're gonna put y'all people on the spot. Or y'all people that act like y'all want something for free, the ones that wanted the genealogy wouldn't even pay $1 for it and all this other shit, right? To do it on your own, but you want somebody else to do it for free. Like I don't got something to do with my aunt on Thursday the 15th, right? See, this is not none of the shit they factor in. And this is why I always tell people I'm not nobody's hero. I'm not nobody's leader. You ain't gonna put them fucking expectations on me, right? Because I'm human, right? Just like everybody else. Like everybody else, my two-step might be a little different than yours, but we all diddy bop just the same, right? So what you eat don't make me shit. I'm never gonna be over nowhere. You got going on counting your pockets. Oh, they doing an event. They charging $5. Oh, this and that. I don't give a fuck what it is you doing. I didn't crash your party. I didn't crash that Neville party when they was doing a fake installation in Georgia. I didn't do that. I could have. Could have been hating on the campaign the whole time. I ain't say one word. Look at these niggas. They getting together in August. That was it. I ain't say shit. And I was on y'all asses then. I was on y'all backs then. Give a fuck about y'all getting together. Hema? That's when I was like, oh, these bitches is lying. Y'all just said y'all wasn't with Hema. Let me tell y'all something. Every response that you motherfuckers got from me was triggered by exhibited in front of everybody Broadway behavior. Whether they caught it or not, I documented what they didn't catch, and they got it then. They got it then. This is why this shit is last year's spaghetti. This is why it's last year's spaghetti. I've already documented all of it. Every way I felt, every emotion that I felt from January up until I really, really was all the way lit, done with y'all, probably October or something like that, before I was just like, you know, let me stop it, since they won't, because I can't hold it no more, you know, shit like that. But whatever. We got some shit where we're gonna start showing up to these places. We're gonna start crowdfunding, and y'all motherfuckers gonna be the ones to know exactly where everything's going. You're gonna be in charge of it. You're gonna be in charge of it because you won't be calling none of us no motherfucking scammers, but you're also gonna be responsible for the change that you say you wish to see. Pay down upon it, because freedom ain't motherfucking free. So if you want it for yourself, you better want it for somebody else. So when some shit pops off in Mississippi and you ready to go get some action, you ready to go get your teeth into something, cut your teeth on something righteous, let me know, because we gonna build and we gonna get on the road. So you want to know why I'm in city to city, bitch? Why you on that couch cushion? That one couch cushion. Flip it over. It probably smell like booty. You've been sitting on it a long motherfucking. Febreze that shit. Stop worrying about what Moon doing. Moon trying to make moves. We trying to get boots on the motherfucking ground. You ain't see that young. I know y'all seen that young Chicago bull that got niggas scared. That young wild Indian telling y'all niggas, y'all better stop playing. Don't talk that shit about Moon. The one that gets on planes, because he ain't no broke nigga.
Yes, right? I want you to say hi to Phoenix real quick.
Hold on. Genealogy.
Hold on, Phoenix. My son want to. He you know, he want to say hi to you. Say hi.
Hi, baby. How are you?
Good.
You're being good. Tell him sing that song. Sing that song for my.
Yeah. So, son, we be having haters, son. So, for people who sad, what song do you sing? Teach me that song again. How do it go, son? Are you mad? Are you? You gotta say it loud, because I didn't hear you say it.
Are you upset? Are you sad? Let me give you a hug.
Yep, there we go. Give me high five.
Oh, that was so cute. Oh, that was so cute.
he usually he be, you know, animated, you know, but he was a little shy. But you know, are you mad? Are you upset? Are you sad? Let me give you a hug. You know, that's how I usually sing it. But yeah.
Are you sad? Let me give you a hug.
Yeah, that's what you say to the haters. That's what you say to them. Let me give you a hug.
I love it.
Yep. Hey, and that's what y'all need to do with y'all kids. You deadbeats. You want to get on YouTube and talk all this shit, and you're deadbeats.
Mm.
So before you try to talk about some personal shit, deadbeats, you know, go visit your children. Go pull up on your children. Be there
Yep.
for your children. Stop
Yep.
chasing bitches. Chase your children. Stop chasing bitches. You nothing ass niggas. I'm sorry, I had to say that. I had to. Yes, son.
Are you happy? Are you sad? Are you upset?
Let me give you a hug.
I love it. I love it. Oh man, so just like we're gonna make sure people are accountable for the stuff that they say they want, because this is how y'all think people gonna be falling into the fan mail booby trap. I like the Umar Johnson super letdown, right? Yeah, I'm not gonna be. I don't ask y'all for nothing now. I'm not gonna be like, oh, Sheila Weed, you send me $10 next time, send me 20. I'm not gonna be on it like that. Oh, y'all feel like this is an issue over here? Oh, there's an increase in sex trafficking over here. Some of your niece has been abducted over here. Y'all people going to crowdfund to make sure we able to get to these places.
Yeah.
I'm not Donald Trump. I can't just go in my pocket and just be here, there, everywhere, and all of that like that. I can't do it. Not for no goddamn strangers. You feel like you want to be active out here? You feel like you want to see some changes and shit? Well, you going to help us all pay for it. Whether it's $3 a piece from X amount of niggas, if that's enough to get 5 busloads going down to Alabama and sit down at some of these goddamn courthouses. So somehow people in alone, go sit up in some of these places and have some of these town meetings and shit like that. Go sitting up on Run Down on DC. See what the young boys want to do. The young Chicago fellas want to run down on DC. They want to have some conversations with people. This young brother thinking about being a alderman. Ain't none of these grown niggas taught this young boy no shit like that. But
no.
He's so in his mind, destined to do something great. Now the nigga want to get all these gangsters to get their genealogy because he knows the migration pattern from all the people in Chicago, how they came from Louisiana and Mississippi and the South. And he like, damn, we out here killing each other, nigga. Our grandmas is probably cousins. Our kids probably related. These families came up here 100 years ago, 200 years ago from this place. We can. Now what these niggas gonna do now? These niggas wanted to smut that out and snipe out the light for that shit over Colinago ass. I want these motherfuckers to think about it. I hold you accountable when you ain't thinking I'm fucking paying attention. Cause y'all always think y'all whipping my ass when y'all coming for Moon. Y'all always think y'all gonna defeat me. Y'all always think y'all gonna do something. Hating is a very strenuous job. And because you motherfuckers keep hating, the shit don't be working out how they wanted to do. How they wanted to. Hating on the wrong motherfucking people. You hating on people that care.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't saying the others don't, but I don't think they that motherfucking smart trying the shit they trying. Let's say that. Is that fair? That's fair, right? Without
and if you niggas love y'all kids, if you love yourself, you're gonna love the next person. And that's why on my channel I was telling niggas too, stop putting your money into people who are telling you they want to create something for themselves. You got to use your mind. Education. Listen to what all you got to do is just listen. Listen to what these niggas are saying. Hey, donate to me, give me some money, you know what I'm saying, so I can put out a DVD, or I can put out a documentary. I need your money. Give me your money so I can do these things. So if you give these niggas money, they're not thinking about you. How is their DVDs, their documentaries helping you in your situation and helping your children? Once again, they're begging you, oh, I need money for this and that, so I can do this and that. Not so they can invest back into you. Like when I told you niggas, I was giving you niggas the Blackfoot rolls, the Cherokee rolls. That was for free. And then I told you niggas, shit, if there are roles that we need to pay for, either you get them yourself, or if you give me the money, I'll get the roles and give it right to all you motherfuckers. That's for us. So listen to what people are saying. Use your common sense, education. But go ahead, Phoenix. These,
Yep,
these,
I
these.
mean, you got some corny little bird in here, trolley ass in here, hating. Still ain't gonna do nothing. I'm still gonna be an Indian when you get kicked out this motherfucking chat. Netta, your mama, fucking come over here. I smack
Wait,
one.
what they say? What happened? Did I
In
miss
there,
something?
Phoenix Moon is a fucking rat, bitch. Eat a fucking.
Hey, and
Hey,
that's another thing too. Hey, for all these motherfuckers quick to call other people snitches and shit, bitch, when you do paperwork, once again, I'm gonna explain this to you. These niggas telling y'all to do these sovereign citizen moves. So they gonna tell you, oh, this ain't no sovereign citizen shit. This is private status, this is that. When
mm-hmm.
these people tell you to do this type of paperwork, it becomes public. It becomes public. That means anybody can look you up. Anybody can see that Ray Jones, who is an American Indian and don't know it, has joined, the Moorish Science Temple or the Nation of Islam or whatever the motherfucking group is, and they got you changing your name from Ray Jones to Ray Muhammad or Ray Shabazz or Ray L. Sadiq Bay, and all that other. That's public record. You're telling on yourself.
Yeah. Yep.
They got y'all telling on yourselves.
That's right.
So ain't nobody snitching. Motherfucker, wake up. Why do you think they keep pushing this paperwork shit on you?
If this was Alpo or Rich Porter or somebody else, pull that paperwork out. What paperwork you got? What paperwork you got? You ain't just getting off from the feds, Skyhand. Them niggas coming for you, nigga. It's already an indictment. Where's that? Do I gotta look your name up? You know I know your name. You want me Google you, bitch? You want me Google you, sir? I'm gonna try and keep it a little clean because I'm getting on fired up and stuff. But I'm just saying, you want me to pull this up? Let's see. Should I you want me to do the screen share? Because I only exhibited the DUIs and I only exhibited the domestic violence to show that you're irresponsible and hot tempered. I didn't care about the robberies and the carjacking, even though that's some pretty sick shit. Why would you take somebody's fucking car? Would you rob? You took their bag and their car, the purse and the car. Like, I don't know what the fuck, bro. Getting money, hustle. Your hustle was fucked up. Was your hustle fucked up? Robbing niggas? You're a fucking crook. Get a little more respect for a nigga that sell a little motherfucking little feel good to somebody. Cause shit, you ain't walking up to nobody or knocking on nobody's door at 2:00 talking about you wanna buy my crack. Anything you got, there's somebody looking for that motherfucker. Hard times. What the Bible say, give a depressed man a strong drink. I ain't saying it's right, but I'm saying a nigga got a motherfucking hustle, baby. Got to eat. You know, they're nothing muffin niggas. I don't know what that's like. Tell y'all motherfuckers, you jealous bitches. My ex-husband provided for my fucking children. Got my daughter to come to California in 2016, nigga. Me and her daddy couldn't even get out of New York. Mind y'all business. My shit healthy. I work towards having my shit healthy. Y'all the angry ones. I don't got no bitter relationships with mine. I work on them motherfuckers. I value them. I spend more time on them than I will on y'all nothing muffin, feeling hard, doing less. Motherfuckers.
Yep. And another thing, y'all, please. Hey, when you get your records, go for the land allotment records or get the records to the land. That's all I'm asking y'all to do is just take your time. Don't rush things. Don't let these people rush you into doing things that you're uncomfortable doing. Take your time and get the records because the goal is to, once you get the records to the land, the next step is to evict whoever is on your land. Right. And I'm gonna share somewhere with y'all where people who own the land or who has control of the land cannot sell the land. It's to be passed down through the families. Not from a human being to a corporation. No, to a human being to another human being that possesses the same blood.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what. There's so many different. Again, I keep telling you guys the nano, the micro, the macro. The micro is when there's 10 of our families that are able to say that we have the same beef and we have the same all 4 criteria for a tort. We file a
Mm-hmm.
tort, we win the tort, we get paid. We get paid, we split the money, we pay our bills up, we go for our land, we purchase something. We got some other issues that happen to us that the statute of limitations have not ran out on. That micro. We have another 20 families in addition to our 10 families. Now that's 30 families that have now grown exponentially, and that is also going to file the same tort claim because they got the same beef. They win the same tort claim. You take that same tort judgment, you take that money, you buy more land. Now you are able to afford to be able to fight to get the land back that somebody else might be occupying. Because I
Mm-hmm.
get that we ain't been working in none of these offices. We ain't been working in none of these circuit courts or any of those things like that. So it's all their people. So when you go tell Billy Bob and Becky Sue to get off your granddaddy's motherfucking land, you got to go in front of Billy Bob and Becky Sue's Uncle John to tell him, to tell his kinfolk to get off your kinfolk shit. That could take 10 years. That could take 20 years. And if these motherfuckers is hating the way they hating, they ain't healthy. Healthy hoes ain't hating. Healthy hoes ain't healthy.
That's
Keep
right.
that in mind. So a lot of this is going to require you to make sure you maintain a certain mental stability, a certain physical stamina, a physical agility, a mental agility, and you got to be well in righteousness and spirit. This ain't just about how much shit Moon could talk. I got my machines balanced, right? And when they get off balance, you know what I got? I got a motherfucking twin sister. I got a mother with arms open wide. I got kids that love me, right?
Yeah.
Right? So really, what it is it that these people think I'm really interested in? I always been popular. I always been fly. I always been fly. I'm 45. Y'all didn't this YouTube, this shit here did not make me ill, nigga. I been ill. Been this way.
Mm-hmm.
Probably was
Now,
a
now,
lot more fun, back in those days and shit. More, clubs. I wore my heels a little higher and shit, but I'm cool right now. I've been getting my PhD in grandma genealogy, right?
I wonder how many people are out. Okay, this is going out to everybody watching. How many of you guys, when you're outside, you're moving around, walking around, how many of y'all saying hello to somebody who look like us? Are we saying hello? How you doing? Do you even remember how to start a fucking conversation?
Conversation, right?
Because I
Right.
just found out that uh, I have some Cherokees I'm connected to. Well, I am connected to the Cherokees. I
Okay.
possess the blood. So if I know I have Choctaw blood and now I know that I have Cherokee blood, I'm gonna get out here and I'm gonna say hello. Hey, how you doing?
That's
You
right.
know, how's your day? Oh, I like your hair. Bro, I like your haircut. Or I like your shoes. Hey, where you from? Oh, you got people in Mississippi? You got
Yeah.
people in Louisiana? Oh
Yeah.
yeah, man, I do too. You know, are you Indian by chance? Oh, you do got Indian blood? Oh, me too, man. Well, you know what? Look, sis, look. Can we exchange numbers? That way we could talk about shit, build shit, and see how we can make a change. How many people is really out here doing that?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
another task for y'all to do.
Yeah. Some basic conversations turned into you just man. It's the possibilities are endless. Well, it's also about being able to, maintain those good relationships. It's nice that I can still get references to jobs that I haven't from people that I haven't worked for in 9, 10, 12 years. It's nice to be able to fall back on those things. I got all my friends in the Aboriginal community, but I still got my boom shika hood booger friends and my bougie ass
Mm-hmm.
friends and my pilgrim pale face mayonnaise colored friends and my blonde hair colored friends and my I ain't limited. I ain't limited. I'm not limited. I got 80-year-old friends. Y'all know I play bingo. I used to play bingo a lot, especially in California. I got a lot of elder friends. Play bingo, right? So I know the more that I share the truth, my truth, just basic stuff. Just when we were talking about being healthy relationships and how I felt how dynamic my children's fathers were and instrumental that they were in helping me be a successful mom without being all, making my job lovable. He helped with
Mm-hmm.
that, you know. Shout out to my ex. He loved being their stepfather. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I don't have to define that shit to these bum ass motherfuckers with low ball ass expectations. I don't do that. It's not that serious. You don't need to see no nigga to validate how Will Moon gives it up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting there worried about all the wrong shit. Worried about all the wrong shit. I wouldn't fuck on none of y'all nasty bitches that fuck on them nasty motherfuckers. Bitches making wild decisions and sitting there bitch calling all types of dykes and all this other crazy shit. Bitch, you ain't never seen me wanting or even thought that I would want to change my diet. You don't know me. Why would you even care about that?
Mm-hmm.
Stick to the motherfucking information, bitch. What that got to do with the Civil Rights Act? Nothing.
Oh my God. And they don't even look at that, and it's just
They ain't teaching shit. When the last time they taught something? Can anybody tell me what the fuck they learned? I learned a lot from you. I learned a lot of what? Three-ring circus and mayhem? Bedlam? Pandemonium? What the fuck you learn? Sitting there hating on the next nigga because they did something that your ass didn't. You ain't learned not to fucking hate. Gonna make excuses why motherfuckers is hating. Oh, she this, she that. Okay, $10 fucking. You've been mad for 2 fucking years for $10 for an event that I was on a flyer on. What did you learn over there at that channel if reading wasn't something that you learned? You read that
yeah.
flyer. You wanted to be at that webinar. You couldn't make the webinar. You wanted to patronize, perhaps because I was there. And that was beautiful that you wanted to do that. But at the point
Mm-hmm.
you contact the people on that flyer, you didn't call the motherfuckers because I got them right now. And I know they organized. That man organized like a motherfucker. I know exactly when it was. So did you make any complaints? That's not my job. If they fucking hire you to work at McDonald's and ain't no tissue in the goddamn bathroom, you don't get to leave work. That ain't your motherfucking worry. You better pull some out your pocket.
Well,
That's your responsibility. So your responsibility was the people that you paid because you went to that website to purchase that ticket. You went to the website to get that link to watch that damn webinar. Okay? You did not contact them. And then after, even if you contacted them and didn't get no response, you still didn't contact me. You're in a whole nother group, sis. Wow, angry. Wow, bored, angry.
I know one thing.
$10 and you're talking about I scammed you, and these bitches done stole hundreds of thousands of dollars and y'all hosting them on y'all panel.
Hey, I know one thing, Phoenix. I wasn't pleased with my service with Nike and FedEx, and I got my refund. I got my $230-something back for a pair of shoes. So that goes to say that if you are unhappy with a service, why don't you speak up for yourself? Why don't you get your money back?
That's it. That's it. So, I mean, it's just really and stop it. Then when I fucking be trying not to go savage on you motherfuckers, don't assume that I'm playing nobody's fucking victim, nigga. You don't control my emotions, niggas and bitches. Y'all don't control my shit.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all don't control my shit.
Uh-oh.
You control my shit.
I'm sorry. I was just reading something Michael Brown said. And you know what, Michael Brown? You're not the first person who says something. And shout out to Mad Vibes too. Shout out to everybody I didn't get a chance to type and respond to you. Everybody who acknowledged me, I apologize for. Yeah. Yeah, I apologize for not acknowledging you guys. I didn't see you guys give me a shout out, but shout out to everybody who gave me a shout out, whether you did or didn't. And shout out to the angry niggas, angry man. Shout out to Angry Man too, because he came up in here, Mac is this and Mac. Shout out to you too, Angry Man. You angry, but you over here learning somewhere. You over here learning, just like all the other hating ass niggas from these different channels. these nothing ass niggas. They learning too. They over here. They watching. They sneak watching. So shout out to them too. But yeah, go ahead, Phoenix. I apologize.
No, you ain't gotta apologize. We get to air it out over here. You know, ain't no filter over on this motherfucker. Shit, just because I'm potty mouthed, quiet today, you could do whatever you gotta do. Get your point across. But you know, I'm just like, I just kind of like, when y'all gonna go move forward and shit like that? When you gonna move forward and shit like that? I'm gonna tell you what, it's gonna be a lot of these motherfuckers because the world is small. I keep telling y'all, what's that girl name from the Final Battle? Austin Ticanopoulos or whatever. This girl was bothering me for 3 years on fucking Facebook, right? Buku shit. They were stealing the pictures of my grandmother, making memes, all this shit. This Native Americans talking this shit. It's about 3-4 years ago. And what happened? The bitch took a picture out, trolling the bitch back. She took a fucking picture in the restaurant that I was in the day before. This is when I still lived in Cali. She took a picture in the restaurant I was in the day before. So I drove over to that restaurant, which was like 7 minutes away. I went on that Facebook page and kept hitting it. And she accepted my friend request. It must have been a mistake. So I called the bitch through the instant messenger on Facebook and was like, come meet me over here. And I showed her the fountain by where the restaurant was and said, I know you're 10 minutes away because you go to this gym right here. Oh, it was classic. It's fucking classic. Jamie Sandoval. Y'all know Jamie Sandoval, famous Native American that got kicked out of his tribes. It's completely fucking racist. I don't even want to say racist.
Wait. You said who?
Jamie Sandoval lives next to me in Temecula, honey. They kept saying, I don't live in Temecula. You can't afford to live in Temecula. This how these niggas wish poverty on a motherfucker. They wish destitution on a motherfucker, but they really be living like that. This nigga was like, you don't live in Temecula. And I said, motherfucker, hello, I'm on Margarita right now, about to hit the BBA. Bang! Them niggas ain't know it was that real. You think that person you talking to on Facebook, and look at, here goes Cletus right here walking on through. See this shit? It was just sweet like that. And this how I knew that the ancestors had a different type of charge for me. They had a different type of charge for me. Exacting shit out that I didn't even have to worry about, man.
Well, see, it ain't. See, when we was getting into it with these Native Americans and these Pan Africans on Facebook or whatnot, you know, they had a lot to say on there. But when we in the real world, you don't get that type of hate.
Absolutely not. I lived right there by Pachanga and Pala, so, and even Moringa. So I got Pachanga friends, and they are really cool. I don't like being over there on those reservations because they look creepy. They're not well kept, and they get, them Palas get banked. Not the Pachangas get banked. They get like, I don't know, something like ridiculous, like $30,000 a month or something like that per child or something crazy. They get some ridiculous amount of money. Ain't none of them out there hurting. Let's just say that. But when you go to those reservations, they're actually, not well kept, especially Paula. It just looks like Sanford and Son all over the place and shit like that. All the other landscape is beautiful, but the junk kind of just makes me like, I don't want to go over there.
Well, see, I wonder is okay on a lot of these reservations, is that their land? Because I don't think that's those people, those Native Americans, those posers that claim to be, the originals of this land or whatever. I think I'm pretty sure that's not them motherfuckers' land.
Yeah,
on them reservations.
Yeah, not always. It isn't. A lot of times, those places, they rent those places out. They don't live there. They live up in the mountain. One thing, that's another thing I love about California. You can literally get you a permit, get you some dynamite, and bust a whole house into a mountain, like literally up a cliff in a mountain, right? So a lot of people, they move out from those reservations out there, and they move into different houses. But they like I said, if you have 5, 7, 10 kids and you're getting $17,000 a month, it's $170,000 a month for X amount of family members. So 10 family members. So if they're not hurting, let's just say that. So they don't have to live there, and sometimes they do. I would say the California Choctaw were really nice people. There is California Cherokee as well.
Well, I didn't even know that. I'm wow. I'm glad you said that. I didn't know that. So I'm gonna find the Choctaws out here and
Yeah.
network with them. So that's something new that I learned. I didn't know it was Choctaws out here in
Yes, there is.
California.
Yes, there is. They're not recognized. Well, I don't know as of yet, but I know probably the last time I spoke with anybody was like a year ago, a little over a year ago. So I don't know if they're like federally recognized by now. I haven't seen anything about it, but
So
they were not before.
so quick question: if someone ties themselves to their tribe or their nation, right? And we know
Mhm.
that the Constitution says that this is the supreme laws of the land. By right, aren't they Indians not taxed?
No, you have to be attached to the pre-colonial tribes. That's how
Oh,
I started to be
wait,
the
wait,
pre
oh,
before the
wait. Okay, so the pre-colonial tribes, so the tribes that was already here.
yes.
So you talk about the new tribes,
No,
like,
the ones that already had treaties. They were all
mm-hmm,
here. I'm talking about the ones that had those treaties within those colonies at that time.
yeah.
Yep.
So these new tribes that's coming along, that's made up,
Absolutely
they're
not.
not entitled to that.
No. So me, like we have okay, so like for Mama Knocking Line, when that application process is done, that we have tried to make a connection with the bloodline tribe, right?
Mm-hmm.
'Cause they kind of make you go back to your tribe. So at that point, excuse me, that's a pre-colonial tribe. They and then this might not be something that they argued to have in the petition for their federal recognition. If you notice, like a lot of people don't notice, and I meant to go back and to research it. Tasha, maybe you know why in the original petitions for the most recent petitions in the early 2000s for the Thomasina E. Jordan tribes, which includes the Mattaponi, Pamunkey, Chickahominy, Rappahannock, and Nansemond, and Monacan, right? So now those pre-colonial tribes have treaties already. So those would be not only would those be your Indians not taxed, but when you have those tribal groups and you go up that particular line, what will happen is what I'm anticipating happening is we're not going to have too many issues on every single line. But if you notice in those petitions, they were not supposed to get any casinos. I don't think people realize that. Look at those original 2000. I have them posted on my Facebook page that I put out in 2015, 2016, and all the natives and everybody was laughing. And I would just keep reissuing it. And as soon as Trump got in, when his first 30 days, he said to do two things that was for the free people of color, right? This is where I took it. He said, open up your own business. I'm going to hold the foreigners off for 30 days or X amount of days so you guys could get that money. And what did people do? They did nothing. They didn't open their own business. This is what he told everybody to do. They didn't do it, right? And this was, in my mind, I took that as a direct message for us. And this is
Mm-hmm.
going to go, started the steps for the Choctaw prepaid card, right? You guys remember the Choctaw prepaid card? Still in litigation too. So anyway, now you have that happened, and then January 28th, 2017, he immediately then signs in the Thomasina E. Jordan tribes, which said indicated that they're not supposed to have a casino, and the Poor Monkey are now going to have a casino. You see what I'm saying? So these things that they also show that people are putting their money together, even though, and they have this continuous bloodline, they have all of the criteria to be able to do that. So now, if they were, now this document that Lyrica posted regarding Johnny, and it's the history on the Chakatula, right? Which he laid out really well. It's very layman's terms. It's to the point. I haven't been able to, check it, but I don't feel like I got to fact check too much and stuff. I think it's valid, right? It's coming from Johnny Aboriginal. It's probably valid. So, and she's looking to expose him by showing these screenshots. But what actually happens is he's saying who the people are that were in these areas. That is not in any way, in any shape, in any fashion indicating that you, Lyrica, you, Gay Now, you, Cyril, are the Chapatulas, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't a diss. But for her to show that, and she showed that to show that there was some sort of flaw in what Brother Johnny was saying, but there really wasn't, right? So why would he be calling us that? Where is the genealogy to match them people that match that shit that Johnny got in them paragraphs? If you can't attach yourself to it lawfully, don't do it fantasically.
Well, and that's the whole purpose: doing it lawfully, doing it through the bloodline. Now, what tribe are they claiming that they are,
The
and how can they? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
They're claiming the chakatuba, something like that. Chakachaumas. There you go.
So they are. So they don't have any type of proof, but yet they're claiming that they are these descendants of these people.
Right. Right. And then without having the proper migration patterns and stuff like that. And I know it's people like me and Tasha. And I'm not saying we the best, but we are pretty damn good genealogists. I know that we can tell the migration pattern and kind of know when people are lying. It's like a messed up eye, like a hustler. You can look at 3.5 grams and know that that's an eighth, right? You know that's an eighth. You can weigh it out by you don't really got to put it on the scale, but goddamn well that's an eighth. Hey, this is 3 grams, nigga. Drop that other nugget on there. You know how that goes, right? So it's the same thing with genealogy. You can kind of just look at it and know. It's not because I am the Indian Bureau of Affairs. These motherfuckers been putting out misinformation. And then when I go correct it, it blows their fucking cover because they're not that Indian that they're fucking talking about. I am.
Mm-hmm.
Say, hey, how do you know this man? Please show me how you know this man. Oh, that's such and such and such and such. Well, then, nigga, you would be my cousin if that's the case. You would be my such and such if that's the case. You would be my son. And it's not because I think I know every motherfucking thing, but I know a lot of my relatives. And I'm looking for my kinfolk. I came in the door telling these motherfuckers I'm looking for my kinfolk. Got to find my relatives. Got Donnie, got Tasha, got Davida, right? Got Sokwa. A couple of others. We just think got Douglas Carter. A couple of others that we bumping into by genealogy. DNA did not do this for us.
And it's not going to do it.
We got 10 grandmothers. So now here it is. You got somebody else over there, Joe Schmo's, looking for pieces of paperwork that say that he Indian because he heard his grandma told him that he had Indian in his family. But all he sees are these papers that say mulatto, that say white, they call him black, and now they're calling him Negro. And look, grandpa said here, here's his birth certificate, and they called him colored there. But at the same time, that man is my grandfather, who's the chief's brother. So what does that make you? Why are you still looking for a paper that said Indian? They called him Indian, but not your grandpa. But your grandpa and my grandpa are brothers. What does that make you? What are you looking for still? You're supposed to be looking for your family. Because when you look for your family, you're going to find me, family.
Bars. Do you hear that? Bars. Now, okay, so may I ask you something? This is for the Blackfoots. Because my cousin Remy, he'll talk to you plenty of times. Where did the Blackfoots come from, and were there Blackfoots in the South? Because my cousin found records of the Blackfoot Indians in the South. He found one of his grandmothers in the South. So can you or Tasha give the people and myself a little history behind that, if you could?
Well, I'll go. So the Blackfoot, they are in North Carolina. What do they call it? They're not Tidewater, not Roanoke. I can't think of the area. These are Eastern Woodland Indians, generally North Carolina. And you should think of the Tar Heels. The Tar Heels would be another name for the Blackfoot. They're usually and this is just like the context clue to show how sometimes simple they hide things in your face. Those would be some of your walkers, right? Because they have migrated. So they may, and you got to understand, not everybody lived in longhouses. Some people were actually homeless, right?
Yeah.
Some people actually were houseless. Maybe not homeless, but they were houseless.
Houseless.
In America, but they were houseless. They called them Tar Heels. They walked a lot. They didn't have fancy shoes. They stayed within the mountain ranges and kind of tried to stay away from everybody. Wanted to avoid a little smallpox over there. Wanted to avoid the little juke joint over there. Wanted to avoid getting caught up in the nigga trap because I'm a free nigga and I ain't trying to be over there with the slave niggas. So they had,
Mm-hmm.
but they also something happened, and this is a good point that you brought up because I do know that there was a big transfer of those North Carolina, particularly Halifax County, that I can think of off the top of my head, that ended up in Fort Snelling. Now, if you look at Fort Snelling, that is where the Blackfeet are, right? Because you heard you was Blackfoot, but
Wait, wait,
now
wait, wait. So what's the difference between the Blackfoot and Blackfeet? And I'm sorry if I stop you, because like I said, I'm learning too. So I know they learning because I'm learning too.
So everybody heard that they had Blackfoot, right? They heard that they are Blackfoot. That is from that particular region. So as time went on and they became federally recognized now in the 70s or the 80s or what have you, when the Blackfeet in Minnesota were federally recognized, it still doesn't erase the American Indian Fort, which is Fort Snelling. And in Fort Snelling is where you have Dred Scott, who was removed from North Carolina as a free man in 1850 with no owner. He is listed as mulatto. He's listed as insane also. Let me get that. Let me pull that up real quick.
Yeah. See, because I never knew the Blackfoots. Was it the Blackfoot? Well, I think you said the Blackfoots. That was
It's the
called the
Blackfoot.
Tar Heels.
Yeah, like our people are the Tar Heels. They're familiar with the Blackfoot, but they have now created a federally recognized Blackfeet, and they happen to be situated in Minnesota. But they had also known to come from from North Carolina and gone into Minnesota. So again, back to the Dred Scott story. Dred Scott was in North Carolina in 1850, and then he ends up at Fort Snelling. He had no master; he was free in the 1850 census, living next door. He's living in the household with a woman whose last name is Valentine. There's a baby Valentine, and then you have next door is the lady Harriet Robinson, right? So so people that have the Robinson family come from the Pocahontas line, if I'm not mistaken. So hold on one second. Let me pull this
And for anybody else that's out there that need the Blackfoot Rose, and no problem, like for giving you the Blackfoot Rose. Anybody else need the Blackfoot Rose? I'll give it to you. Just email me American Indian Council 24/7 at gmail.com, and I could just give you the Blackfoot Rose. And I have the early Cherokee Rose on my laptop that I can send to you guys too if you Cherokee. Yeah, if you guys need that. Give me just a moment. Let me check on my kids because they're in the tub. Hold on
up.
just a moment, y'all.
Absolutely. Yeah, so one second here, y'all. Okay, let me get this Dred Scott thingy here for you guys. Pull that up. Pull it up. No, let me see. Hold on one second. Did I get that there? Well, one second here. Don't bring me down. Down. Oh, okay. All right. Now let's go here. Okay, hold on. Let me do this screen share. Give me 1 second. All right, Let's get this guy. Let's get this guy.
All right, I'm back, y'all. I'm back.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Okay, so we're gonna. I think he was born in Virginia. Unfortunately, he's about 1800s. So I just want to show this record where he is listed in the 18. Okay, so now we know this isn't him because 1871, Dred Scott died, I think, of consumption. Let's see, and her name was Harriet. Out of consumption, I think 1856 or 1857, something like that.
And what is it that we're looking at?
I'm actually looking for that Halifax County. Now, ain't this some shit? And I wasn't even looking for this. Now, I want you guys to pay attention to this down here. I did this. I just saw this shit by accident, right? But there's a spicy meatball right here. Let me blow it up and make it bigger. Look down at the bottom here. With these user submitted genealogies. Now you see Dred Scott here. You see Dred Scott down here. But look at this owner, Peter Blow. You guys know who the Blow family is? The Blow family is supposed to be the same family that owned Dred Scott. I mean, Nat Turner. William and Henry Blow, right? They did the census on the Nottoway Indians. Let me show you the 1808. And one of my now some of you guys are related to Nancy Turner also. I believe Nancy Turner was Nat Turner's grandmother, his mother. I really believe that. I believe that Edie Turner, Wanewunsua, which is a Cherahaka Nottoway, I believe that is in fact Nat Turner's grandmother. Okay, so this is the census, the 1808 census, right? You can look at the one. This is on freeafricanamericans.com. I'm just gonna drop the link for you guys. Hold on 1 second. Okay, hold on. Let me drop this link in here for y'all. Now that is going to be freeafricanamericans.com. Now this is the 1808 Nottoway census. There's definitely you're gonna have I just want to make this really fucking Blow family.
I see Tasha said everyone is not going to be on the rolls. And that is true.
That's right.
So
that's right. That's absolutely true.
So the question would be, how can a person who know their lineage and know that they're Indian, how can they be able to claim their heritage without being discriminated against? Because I know they keep saying that oh, you have to have paperwork or you have to have documents or records stating who your foremothers and forefathers are. But for those who were not on rolls, what can they do? What can we do to assist them, and what information can we give them so that they can get the same benefits as those who are on these rolls and records?
Now we're gonna have to do some. Now, see, there's gonna be a little shift because what happens is like the Cherokee. As far as I know, you can have like 1/zillionth of Cherokee to be a part of the Cherokee, as long as you can prove that you have relative on 1899 to 1907. I believe that's the window or something like that. Um, so essentially, that's saying not saying that you couldn't have been on, let's say, the New Echota Treaty or 1815 documentation or whatever. It's not to say that you were not a Cherokee then, but some tribes look for specific windows. For instance, if you call some of the tribes, like they'll tell you specifically. Like I think when I called the Catawba, and by the way, they were very, very nice to me. And she did confirm the grandmother. They wanted you to have documentation of, I think, 1900, the 1900 census. So sometimes they give you these criteria. Now, before I go all the way back into that, now what did I tell y'all? Y'all see this name here? Now, if that was Peter Blow that is attached to Dred Scott's, but because this is not any coincidence. This is going to be Henry and William Blow. That also, you Google or look up who owned Nat Turner, and you're going to see these two brothers' names attached. I think we just made a connection with that, not even trying. But the Dred Scott, Peter Blow. So you can also look at user submitted genealogies. Doesn't mean anything, and it's not necessarily. I'm actually going to stop using Family Search because I finally fixed my tree back and somebody fudged it up yet again. So because that this is also a public tree, I had a white guy send me a couple of messages basically trying to say that my white grandfather couldn't possibly be his fucking white grandfather. I didn't want to even keep fucking arguing with the guy. I don't got to go through that. I got the information already. And I can build my own tree. I don't need Family Search to do the storage for me. It's just the convenience of their database never ever running out of fucking memory, and lagging behind. So,
well, what's going on with Ancestry too? Because Ancestry, what they're doing now, because I recently went on there and I had end up getting a record from my like fifth great grandfather that was on a mustard rolls. But see, they're trying to say they keep trying to add other stuff to it and try to say he came from another place, So, which I know is not true because I'm looking at the dates and the time, and I know who his mother and father is. So why are they throwing these other things, towards our way? If that makes sense.
So wait, say that again. This is Ancestry.
Yeah, this is Ancestry.
And do they have like immigration records with an E? Are you seeing those? If you see, there's sometimes they'll say both. They'll say and immigration IMM, and then it'll also say and immigration right? EMI. And the immigration may also be documented people that went from one place to another, the same type of Trail of Tears, if you will. That would be considered an immigration. I have some immigration records of this, and it was prior to the Trail of Tears, but this is why I'll be telling some of them that those Texas Cherokees, where they came from, how they got to Texas, when they got there, how they moved around, and what they didn't like about Oklahoma. There's some different details when you dig into that particular side, because not all of them went. They left prior to the Trail of Tears. So you're talking about between 1812 and 1815. They left like en masse. Like scores of them left at one time. They didn't like the land, which we may think is Oklahoma now, but it ended up being Texas. So still not having full use of the rights to be able to hunt and fish because these particular Wild Potato Clan, they were a hunting tribe. So what they had the deal with the Mexican emperor. So now this is also going to go for other tribes. This is going to go for the Seminoles. This is going to go for Choctaw, especially the Muskogean tribes from the like West Florida and some of those areas that did not migrate. They did go to Mexico, but
that's true.
Texas was Mexico. There's a piece of Louisiana that was Mexico 300 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So when you think of that, or even 200 years ago, it was Spain, or it was France, New Spain. So just keep that in mind. But those migration patterns are definitely ill because you have to start reading Spanish documents. Another way we can also tell when people telling the truth or not about their genealogy, because this shit just looks different. Louisiana, Mississippi, those that genealogy is not quite the same as everybody else. And then you have places like Boston and Rhode Island that Massachusetts and Rhode Island, they have like just Pennsylvania and Maryland too have this ridiculous plethora full of documents that go back to the 1600s.
So
Maryland, uh-huh.
quick question. Okay, so I know many tribes and nations dealt with each other, but are you saying that a lot of the people on the East Coast have a lot of connections with each other, and then a lot of people in the South, from the South, from Southeast to Southwest to the West, have a lot of connections with themselves?
Yes,
Like, is that what you're trying to say?
yes,
Okay.
yes. And like I said, so now back to the Dred Scott. You see this Henry Blow, William Blow. Keep that name, Peter Blow. I'm making a mental note because I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna research Henry and William and Peter and see if they are related, right? And these are gonna be your trustees of the Nottoway tribes at this time. So if William Blow was the so-called slave owner of Nat Turner. Nat Turner is one of these children, one of these Turner kids that they call adopted, right? Maybe he didn't look the same as everybody else, right? There's really, and they all had to have trustees. So in the event, free people of color, you did not appoint yourself a white guardian, you can also be enslaved all over again, or
Mm,
for the first time. So basically, you're free, but you got to get you a Mr. Schwartz or a Mr. Rabinowitz to be your guardian because they just assumed that we were still struggling with the self-governing part, right? So then again, how we were speaking last night, and what kind of slaves that people were, that you had the people that were looking for a job. This lady's husband died in the war. She ain't got no way to provide for her kids. So her daughter's old enough to be a washerwoman and she's a laundress. So now they're going over to work on Aboriginal Max Plantation. And they're going to be paid room and board here. They'll get their meal. They get a feather bed, maybe some kitchen utensils, and some of this and that. So,
so
you
so is that where the B for border on the records come from as well? Borders. Is that where the B for border? Because on the census, it has that it might have some people mothers or sisters as borders in someone else's home.
right. They may have just been staying there. We had a fire, and I'm going to stay with my sister for 2 weeks. And here comes the census people. And then later on,
Mm,
my new house is built. I've just moved a couple of blocks over, but the census didn't get over there on that side yet. So I'm going to be on the one at your house, and then I'm going to be at the one at my house because I just moved in. I don't have to stay with my sister.
that's exactly what happened with one of my great grandmothers. Exactly how you explained it. She had a fire.
Yeah.
Um, her house was burned down, and so was her children killed in the fire.
Mhm.
And she left. When she left, she ended up living with relatives. So
Mhm.
yeah, that makes sense. A lot of sense.
Yeah. So there's so many different ways and approaches that we can look at it, but primarily the reason why the genealogy is important so that we can prove that we are related to each other. Then we could go and kick some ass, and then we can also prove who's not related to us, and they got to go find the ones that they are in fact related to, and that's that. It won't be any hard feelings or anything like that, and in fact it'll be better etiquette, civic etiquette anyway, to just stay out of the way. Stay out of the way. It has nothing to do with being bougie Indians. No, we're not the new Bureau of Indian Affairs, but we definitely got to do some sort of policing with this. This shit's been getting out of control, and
That's
especially from
correct.
a lot of these brothers that just coming out of Moorish this, Hebrew that, this, that, and the third, and they still ain't got grandma down licked. So with that being said, it's like kind of hard to trust that you'll know what to do going forward if you're not applying yourself as an American Indian. So, and within that, you do that once you have the genealogy. Once you have the genealogy, you don't really care about nothing else. You don't second guess it. It's almost as if some people still have doubts because they have not found that paper that say Indian. But if you see what, like how cousin Sokwa was on the show the other day, that dope ass show that he did, and I'm looking. I hope one day he'll come back and we'll come back soon, and we'll go to No Grandma's Killers and do like a part two or something like that.
Well,
But it just
see
shows.
what it is.
Uh,
These niggas, they want to be above the law. That's what it
right,
is. So
right,
they don't, they don't want no organization. They don't want no structure.
right. That's right. We may be related at Burnish Brass. I think we probably might have talked about it, or maybe we were supposed to see if we were. I don't remember, but definitely, I definitely would like to find out. Yeah, I want to find all my cousins. I want to find all of them. I want to find all of the people that we're supposed to be. So now, we could get some things together because that gives us a body, that gives us a voice, you know, it gives us a body and a voice. That is going to be a body. We just have to become the body of politics for our people. I don't think a lot of these people are sitting here thinking about that, fucking around with Hema. He's not a desirable person to really walk inside Washington, D.C., and they're going to want to fucking take that man seriously. You know? And that's some shit that people gonna have to reckon with. And until you see it for yourself, fuck that United Nations shit. That shit is so passe. So stop talking about that shit like this something that we do now. That's something that we worry about now. Back in 2015, that UNDRIP, especially still being on Obama's watch, yes, it did mean something. Yes, it did mean something at that time. It still brought me closer to the land and let me know that I was already fucking home. So if you're using UNDRIP in those beginning stages, there was nothing fucking wrong with that, except the fact that this nigga, used it to kind of smooth people over. But like I said, when he talked about the colored birth certificates and shit like that, I knew that to be a fact that was specifically for Virginia, North Carolina, and in those areas, especially those that were directly affected by Walter Plecker. So, oh, here go the brother. I'm sorry. My bad, bro. My bad.
No, it's good.
Yeah, by Walter Plecker. So, but keep in mind, there has been Walter Pleckers in all different places. See, if I was to homeschool and stuff like that, I would have like my junior high age children look for different types of Walter Pleckers in different places. Like, okay, so who's the Walter Plecker of Rhode Island? Who was the Walter Plecker of Florida? Who was the Walter Plecker of Texas or well, Ohio was a free state, but it still doesn't mean that they didn't, they refused to call them Indian. So I would have to say, who's the Walter Plecker of a place like Ohio or something like that. Just I just send them on those types of little scavenger hunts to see what type of little spicy meatballs and stuff that they would come up with. But the way that they would have to lead the search would certainly challenge their brain, and you also have to use deduction. And when I say deduction, um, the art of deduction is completely eliminating specific things to help you. And you have to work with like a logic problem. You work with very minimal clues, but you have to solve a whole puzzle with something, with very little tangible things to work with to at least give you information to get to the next step. So you can definitely people are gonna just constantly get better. I know people that sucked 2 years ago and they're just like fucking rocking out right now. So I think that's dope. And shout out to the ones that don't give up. I mean, even if you don't have everything that you need yet, just the fact that you still get in there and look and you're not sitting there talking that dumb shit. We don't need no genealogy. As long as you ain't talking all that sucker shit, you're gonna be just fine. Just find it because they're getting pissed off. And these fraud tribes, these fraud squads are going to make it difficult. So I wouldn't make any haste at all in doing so. You know what I'm saying? I
Well,
would
I mean,
doing so.
but see, they don't have no power. If
Mhm.
you really look at it, these niggas don't have no power. Like all these fake ass tribes, they don't have no power. All you got to do is just, like Phoenix and Tasha said, stick to your folks. Stick
Yes.
to your bloodline. Build your shit up. These niggas, they charging you $25, $59.95 to be a part of some shit that's not real.
Mm-hmm.
That's like some Moorish shit. That that's exactly what it is. Like the Moors, like the Moor Science Temple. They charging you to be a part of it, to be a member, a part of their shit. I mean, like, come on, man. That's I don't know.
Right.
They ain't got no power at the end of the day.
Well, and this is the thing that it ain't for power tripping, okay? But at least if a nigga gonna power trip, you better have a kung fu grip on grandma. That would be my suggestion. They're gonna go over this shit with a fine tooth comb. First, they gonna want to know how did the nigga find out his ass is Indian via documentation. It's one thing to have that oral story. When your ass get a hold of them goddamn documents, they gonna know how you got them. They're gonna have to find them in the same spaces that you find them, in the same order in which you say that they go. And in the fact they're not in the right order, you misplaced this grandma with that one, and I'm pretty sure you may have some sort of ejection, right? And at that point that they've been able to establish or unable to establish that you are in fact their kinfolk is going to be contingent upon how well you follow directions and if you are getting the required things that are necessary.
That's correct. That's correct. Hello, can you hear me, Phoenix?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro. I dropped the
Yeah,
link
cause
in case anybody else wanted to come in. Did you go ahead, bro? You walk out. Hello. Good night. Good night, guys. See you later, beloved. Oh, that's dope, Derek. Congratulations. That's what's up, beloved. That's always a good feeling. You find another great grandma and stuff like that, man. I'm telling you, y'all enjoy y'all breakthroughs, and I respect y'all tenacity. Just keep doing it. The feeling is gonna be better. The feeling is gonna be better, especially you finding it for yourself. And then you sit there with your folks, and you sit there and try and make that connection, and try and make yourself the medium for that connection. Right? They kind of calling out for you anyway if you interested in who the hell they was. Ain't nobody thought about who they was. Nobody spent no goddamn days in a couple of decades, worrying about how exactly the hell they got here. Now, with respect to grandma having to live at least till 80 years old to see herself, yeah, even as a 6-year old, on any census, right? So if grandma is born in 1974 or 1904, she will have to live at least till 80 years old to see herself, as a 6-year old in the census. So where you would only see yourself once. You're not gonna. It's probably impossible. Or the chances of somebody living 160 years is probably slim and none. But it would that 160-year time frame. There's a lot of generations there. There's a lot of bloodlines there. There's a lot of tangible history that it needs to be obtained. And I don't think you can find it in books. You see, Cousin Sokwa found his shit in a book. He found a declaration that his grandfather wrote, public notice that he wrote back in, the early 1900s and shit like that. So that was a subtle. I found a treaty that was obvious, but the subtle Indian is still valid. Still valid. And this is why I've always said you don't have to always see it. It's there doesn't mean it's not there, especially in the locations that we're familiar with the Indians being. What are the chances of you not being Indian at this point? So that's that. Okay, so Mac didn't come back. I'm kind of tired. I definitely had a good time with y'all. I'm glad y'all came through. It was really cool. Chapisa La Chique. 20, I love you. I'll call you later. Night, cuz. See y'all later. Y'all be good. I don't think Mac's coming back. Mac gonna come back. I'm gonna be on my way to go to sleep. We can continue this another time. But it's definitely dope. We're gonna have a good time, and we ain't gonna be spending a lot of time talking about the bozos. We always gonna have our teaching moments. Always gonna have our moments where we dropping some drop and giving it up. So tomorrow, definitely Grandma Killer's channel. We're gonna do something over there. I got some stuff from an obscure state that we very rarely talk about, but it does exist and it does have a unique history. We're gonna talk about Kentucky tomorrow. Yeah, I'm gonna go into Kentucky. We don't really talk a lot about Kentucky, but I'll talk about some of the Cherokee ties and the places that the people that were there in Kentucky that came from, Virginia, Tennessee, Kentucky, kind of all the same sandwich kind of thing. And then I have some serious Kentucky migrational problems, not problems, but things that I would like to show you guys. So that's what we'll be doing on No Grandma Killers tomorrow. It's always going to be a positive build over there. So I'm going to need the trolls to make sure they do not confuse channels. You want to talk shit? Call me an ugly bitch. Oh, long tooth, whatever. You do that. You do that here. You better get your good shot in because once I come in, I'm swinging back. But when it comes to that No Grandma Killers there, don't leave no goddamn poison on that channel. Don't leave no doodle on that channel. You're going to be fucking banned. We're going to be violated. And we're going to have the goddamn Grandma Killers, the granny protectors come out and troll you till you just can't be trolled no fucking more, damn it. That's it and that's all. But stop judging Moon. Y'all don't fucking know me. I'm going to get my kids and interview my children and I know my daughter will feel the vibe. She's just like me. She'll feel the vibe and like roll her eyes. Don't play now. Don't play. Let you know how they feel about me being a mom. You understand what I'm saying? You can hear from my shorties. Dig what I'm saying? You can hear from my parents, from my sisters, from the people that really motherfucking count. My next door neighbor if you need to. Hotel rooms are still available. Coronavirus is not stopping the No Grandma Killers tour. I'm staying updated. The only thing you guys are going to have to worry about is the airports. But as far as the hotel is concerned, if anything changes, which I totally doubt at this point, and we have a really good relationship where they'll keep us in the loop as far as that's concerned, because they have canceled the NCAA tournament that was also going to be there. But, however, and the kids are also getting out of school for like 2 weeks for their spring break. So some cities are looking to minimize crowds or gatherings, New York particularly, of 500 or more. That's not something that we have to worry about down in Georgia. If you do need your hotel rooms, you certainly want to go to www.nograndmakillers.com, book your room at the Marriott. And you want to do that by the 20th or you're not going to get anything for that rate. There'll still be plenty of hotels everywhere in America, but you won't get it for that rate in that proximity of where the event's going to be. So what are you going to do if you haven't done it already? Buy a ticket. Tickets are $35 in advance, $50 at the door, www.nograndmakillers.com. Get your hotel room. You have different sizes, your king room, you have your suite, and you also have your double. Choice is yours. Get it together.